Hello, and thank you for watching. I'm Jennifer with Olympia Piano. This is a short 2-video series with some tips on how to approach the Bach Musette in G. The first video, this video, will be focusing on the right hand, and then video number 2 will do the left hand and hands together. The main thing I'm going to offer you is a way of thinking about the right hand in chord inversion positions within the G major scale. And so I hope you find it helpful, and I hope it helps you play this piece. There will be timestamps in the description, so if you'd like to skip around, please feel free to do so and work on whatever you would like. Because of the way that I'm teaching this, I'm just going to be offering one fingering for the piece. There are many ways you can finger this. This is just what's worked well for my students and I, so I hope it works for you as well. So let's get started with the positions. So you see up above a bunch of chord inversions and positions. These are what we're going to be using in the piece. So I'd like to just go over them. So this first one here, and it's just literally C, D, and E with fingers 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now our next position here, this is a G chord in second inversion. Inversions are simply when you move the notes around. So root position, name on the bottom, G, B, D. Put the G on the top. First inversion, B, D, G. Put this B on the top, D, G, B. And as we're thinking about this G second inversion chord for the rest of the piece, fill in the rest of your fingers within this G scale. So in this case, that would mean putting finger 2 on F sharp and 4 on A. So that's this. This is the filled in position, okay? Now the next position here, it's G. The G's on the bottom, it's the root of the chord. It's stacked up in thirds. And so again, when we fill in the position for this one, first 5 notes of the scale, no sharps. That's what that one's going to be. Our next position here is just one step up from that, A minor. You have the root position when it's stacked up by thirds, by the way. So that one's going to look like that. And then our final position is right here, and that is D. So that one has that sharp in the middle. Filling in the notes, we're filling in E and G. Those are the positions where your right hand will live throughout the piece. So it's a good idea to go through them in order. Just practice kind of where the moves are, and that's what we're going to do next. As we play the piece, we'll start with that C, D, E. Thumb is going to go where the third finger is. We're going to move to G, second inversion. Then we're going to put thumb where that third finger is. Root position, move up. And then you'll see there's a blank measure right here. That just means that there's a transition in the music. So at that point, a few extra notes are played that bring us back down to that G, second inversion. Top of the hand moves down to D position. Then thumb goes where finger 4 was, to G position. So we were on that G chord. We have the other transition, brings us back to the G where we were. And then this one will have kind of a crossover. Third finger will grab that F sharp. And then the third finger will go where the thumb is. And then we're going to end with that G second inversion. There's a moment where the pinky goes out an octave, just happens once. So I don't have a specific position for that. Now that we've gone through in order the positions that your hand will be living in, I'm going to bring up the score, and we are going to fill in the fingering and the key points when you're transitioning between those positions, okay? You see line 1 of the right hand above, and whenever we switch positions, you might want to do this too, I'm going to put it like a highlighter, okay? So I'm going to do the fingering in red. We're starting with that little 3-note position, which isn't really a chord inversion or anything. It's just where these 3 notes lie. So we're going to have on D, 3, 4, 2, okay? Then you see that line that I just drew in with the highlighter. Then we're in our G second inversion with the other notes filled in. So we start with 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 1. Still in this position, 3, 4, 2. new position, G root. So at this moment, 4, 2, your thumb is going to come underneath and play where the third finger was. Open up into that G position, and we have up the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down a third, up a second, down a third, up a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3. So let's play through that. We've got this position, moving to this position, moving to this position, right where those yellow highlighters are. Ready? Go. 3, 4, 2, thumb under, second inversion, 4, 2, then thumb under, okay. We're going to go on to line 2. I want to say at this moment we're going to move from G root position up one step every single finger to A minor root position. So I'm going to just draw this here before I move. All right, so we've just moved to A minor position. So that means we're starting with a 4, 4, 5, 3, 4, 3, 1. Now here is our first little transition that is kind of getting us between positions. What we're going to do is we're just going to scoot from the C and the A next door, and then we're going to kind of cross over the thumb with 4, 2, and it's going to bring us back to this G second inversion. So we're here, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, back to the other position. So it's really, really short little transition, but great thing to practice extra. And so now here, once we're to that 4, we're basically in that G second inversion. So 4, 2, 3, 1. Then we're moving the top of the hand down to D position. So we're here. We're going to scoot this down. So finger 3 is on the black key now. And we're in D position all the way till the half note. 2, 1, 4, 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 2, 1, 5, 5, 3. Then we're going to move from D root position up to G root position. From here to here. So if this is our root position G, we're starting on finger 2. So let's go ahead and go through line 2 here. We're starting in A minor. Tiny transition, 3, 1, 4, 2, G second inversion, scoots down to D position. Up to G position, 2 goes where 5 is. At this moment, we do not have a switch of position, so we're going to stay in G position as we move to the next line. So if we're in G position and we're starting on a C, that is going to be finger 4, 4, 3, 1. Little tiny bit of transition, and that little transition goes to here. And this is the most awkward one. You might try some other fingerings here. What I'm going to offer you is slightly awkward, but it's not terribly awkward, okay? So we're going to stretch up for this transition, up to E with 5. We're going to go 5, 3, and 4, 2. So those will all just be kind of right there. But then between the B and the C, we're going to have 2 to 4. So the third finger kind of gets left out. 5, 3, 4, 2, 4. That little transition, tiny bit tricky. But then at this moment, now we're back to G position for quite a while. So we had our transition, G position, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. So up and down between 4 and 1. And then we are switching right here at this moment to D position. So practice this little transition, 2, 1, 3. That gets us into D position until the half note. 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the first position. Just like the very beginning of the piece, we're going to put 3 on that D. 3, 4, 2, and then just like we did at the beginning. So there will be a switch here. So let me go through this line. 4, 3, 1, transition. 5, 3, 4, 2, squish, G position. Crossover, D position. 3 goes where 1 is. 1 goes where 3 was. Okay, finally, we are on the bottom line here. We've switched positions. At that moment, back to that G, second inversion, goes where 3 was. And then basically we're in this position for the whole entire end, except for this moment where we reach out to an octave. 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 1. 5, 2, 3, 1. Pinky pops up for a moment. 5, 2, 3, 1, 5, 2, 3, 1. Tie that thumb. 3. If you anchor your thumb where that D is, you'll be able to feel that octave. Don't hold it down like this, but just keep your hand in this position. 5, 2, 3, 1. Feel the octave. 2, 3, 1, 5, 2, 3, 1, 3. So we're here in G, second inversion, filling in the notes in between. 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 1, 5, 2, 3, 1, 5, 2, 3, 1, 5, 2, 3, 1, 3, off. Let's just go through and I'll play that all in order at kind of a moderate tempo. I'll call out the changes and what we're changing to, the music will be printed above. Okay, so we're starting in that 3-note position. Here we go. 3, 4, 2, G, second inversion. Fill in all the notes. 4, 2, 3, 1. Still in that position. Thumbs coming under. G, root position. Everyone scoot up a step. 4. Transition. 3, 1, 4, 2, G, second inversion. Top of the hand comes down, D position. G position. Out of G position for a tiny moment. Squish right here, back to G position. And then cross with 3, ending in D position. Put 3 where 1 is for 3 notes. 3. Thumb comes under G, second inversion. Now we're staying here, except for one tiny moment right now. But the bottom of the hand stays the same. All right, so that is it for the right hand for the Musette in G. I hope that made sense and I hope it was helpful to you. Please make sure to look out for video number 2, which will have the left hand and hands together. If you like this style of teaching, please make sure to subscribe. You can even mention my channel on your social media or share with others who might like this detailed style of teaching. If you found that this really helped you out, you can make a donation of any amount on either PayPal or YouTube Super Thanks. It's all listed in the description. If you've watched my channels before, you know I love to know where you're from, so please leave that for me in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.